Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to be talking about 7 inspirational women in the world of finance, and we're talking about their experiences, accomplishments, and some advice that they have for us. So stick around and get ready to be inspired. So we're starting this list strong with Semara Wikramanayake, who is the CEO of Macquarie, an Australian investment bank. So she joined Macquarie back in 1987, at which point it was a very small investment bank, but she basically built up their asset management side to their most profitable business. Fast forward to 2018 when she became CEO of Macquarie, and in this role she's been really big in pushing for sustainability in finance. In the same year that she became CEO of Macquarie, she was also appointed as a commissioner for the World Bank Global Commission on Adaptation, and she was one of only 3 CEOs to be put in this role. So as well as prioritising a green transition in finance, she also advises the Australian government on green tech investments. Wikramanayake is working to increase the number of females in finance after noting that only 35% of the people who apply to jobs at Macquarie are female. She aims to do this by increasing flexible working arrangements and being able to ease the cost of childcare for their employees. So yeah, we love to see all the work that she's doing and all the amazing achievements that she has. I will end this segment with a quote from her, which says, "My message to all the girls out there is, why let boys have all the fun? Why let boys have all the fun?" The next person on this list is Simmons, who at the age of 22 made history and broke the glass ceiling by being the youngest and only female full-time equity trader on Wall Street. She was also the second African-American woman to be in this position. So her background and route to finance was a little bit unconventional. So she actually graduated with a degree in genetics and a minor in statistics, which goes to show that your degree isn't that important when it comes to role in finance. Oh, and on a related note, if you are a non-finance student looking to get into banking, there is a lady on YouTube called Aisha who posts videos related to that, so I will link that in the description. But after graduating, some networking led her to meet the CEO of Rosenblatt Securities, who offered her a job after meeting her. She accepted this offer, and then after passing all the necessary tests to be a trader, which are apparently really hard, I think they have like a 20% pass rate. After passing those, she then made history. In 2018, she also signed for a movie to be made around her story, which is amazing. So the advice she gives to groups of people who may be underrepresented in the career that they're trying to get to is not to focus their mindset on things that they think will hold them back. In her words, if you think you're going to fail, you most likely will. And to round off her section, I think a big lesson we can learn from Simmons is not to underestimate the power of networking. The next woman is Jane Fraser, who is the CEO of Citigroup. So she's the first female CEO of a large Wall Street bank. This is a considerable achievement and has definitely broken the glass ceiling. She's a Cambridge and Harvard grad with work experience at Goldman Sachs and McKinsey. A quote from her is that you can have it all, but don't expect to have it all at the same time. This is relevant to women because it speaks to the pressure in balancing personal and professional goals. In an interview, she shared some advice that her former CEO told her, which was that you should focus on experiences that will make you successful in the role rather than experiences that will get you the role. I think that's really interesting and very relevant for students and those aspiring to certain fields, because sometimes some experiences might look more relevant to your field, but there are other experiences that will equip you with transferable skills that will make you successful in the role. As a result of this advice, Jane went on to do a variety of roles which have equipped her to now become the CEO of Citigroup. Now on to Temi Marcella Awogboro, who is an investor using private equity as a catalyst for deep-rooted change. She graduated with a first class from Cambridge before obtaining an MBA from Stanford. She has committed nearly $500 million in private partnership capital to tackle some of the world's most pressing challenges, with her recent focus being on healthcare. As co-founder and partner of Kairos Angels, a private equity fund, though not approaching their investments with a gender lens, 50% of their portfolio is allocated to businesses with female founders. She's a big advocate for women's education, as she is a member of the African Advisory Board for Save the Children. When talking about the pressure to do more, she says that it is important to get clarity on what success means for you and putting your energies there. She also encourages people, especially women, to be daring. She says that he or she who dares wins. Now on to Alison Rose, who is the CEO of the Natwest Group. This makes her the first woman to run a large UK lender. This is another woman who is big on sustainability, having vowed to make Natwest Group's operations net zero by 2021 and also wanting to reduce investments in big polluters. She's passionate about reducing the gap in female entrepreneurship. In the UK, just a third of entrepreneurs are female, and only 1% of UK venture capital funding goes to all female teams. Rose recognises this as an untapped economic potential. She has expressed that she wants Natwest to be the bank for female entrepreneurs. And in that light, Natwest has launched a range of financial vehicles to support female entrepreneurs. For example, they have opened entrepreneurship accelerators with 47% of the attendees being women. They also have a large network of accredited business managers who are dedicated to helping female entrepreneurs, and they host a range of events all around the UK. Her tips are to firstly be true to yourself and your personality, and secondly, not to be afraid of making mistakes. Now on to Thasunda Duckett, who is the CEO of TIAA, which is a large American insurance firm. Now this is huge because it makes her the second woman to lead a large American Fortune 500 company. And prior to this role, she was CEO of Chase Consumer Banking, which is another huge achievement. And a lesson that we can learn from her is that after graduating from college, she had a range of job offers, but she went with a company where she thought she would get along with the people more, even though it had the lowest pay. She also has a TED Talk on money, saving and personal finance, which you should definitely check out. Lastly, but by no means least, we have Susan Wagner, who is the co-founder and director of BlackRock. She was 26 when they started BlackRock, and it has now grown into the world's largest asset manager with 8.67 trillion assets under management as of January 2021. She has an MBA from Stanford Business School, and after graduating, she worked at Lehman Brothers before leaving to start BlackRock. She retired from BlackRock in 2012, but still remains on the board. She also serves as a director at Apple, which makes her the second female there and the only one on the board with a strong financial background. Her advice to women is to set their expectations high, be confident in their choices, ask for what they want, and find champions who will support their ambitions. And with that, we are at the end of this video. That is 7 inspirational women for us all to learn from. Leave a comment letting me know any other women that you find inspirational. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.